Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl on EA Sports. Coming up, the AFC, riding a 3-game winning streak, gets set to take on a hungrier group of rivals from the NFC. I'll check you again at halftime. But for the call of the Pro Bowl, let's hand it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's the 47th meeting of the AFC and the NFC as they battle in the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
The crowd is fired up, we're fired up, and we are underway in the 2020 Pro Bowl. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
DeAndre Hopkins was named All-Pro for the first time in 2017. And really don't have to do much but look at the statistics to know why. 4 touchdown grabs in 2016, jumped that up to 13 in 2017. That led all NFL receivers. Also added in 96 catches and close to 1,400 yards. DeAndre Hopkins' ability to get free in the secondary is a marvel, mainly because of head fakes and body control.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Look at this spin.
Balance.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the NFC will take over first and 10. So out comes the NFC for their initial drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
And when you think of Drew Brees, you think of production and you think of competitiveness. That guy competes on every snap. Whether he's throwing it, moving around in the pocket, calling plays, you name it.
Now the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. The sack there by J.J. Watt.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Here's a carry for Saquon Barkley and the Giants. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Well, give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, they didn't. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Todd Gurley, 22 yards. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game, and of course we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know though that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Mahomes finding his fellow Chief Hill for the AFC first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this will be taken at the 13. Great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Only 2 there on the dump-off. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Yeah, certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. The offense for the NFC back out there. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Throwing. Prescott. He may try and run for this. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agree with his decision to run it. He picked up that big 1st down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. That one goes for 24 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that.
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. Michael Thomas, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the NFC adds on to their lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Rosas good with the extra point. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points. And this will be caught at the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And complete, right side to Cook. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. And that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, they'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown NFC. Amari Cooper, 75 yards. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Rosas to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The AFC offense making their way back out. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes to throw on second down. And Hill with it over the middle. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Mahomes now to throw.
One thing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So we are at halftime of the 2020 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The NFC offense heads out to begin this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Prescott, throw left side on target to Thielen. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. Adam Thielen, 36 yards. And the NFC adds on to their lead. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
Rosas good with the extra point. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And it's a touchdown. A big play there. Taking it in. And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Allen's first catch, good for a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight.
And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Khalil Mack able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking deep in the direction, and that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Amari Cooper, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Rosas now to add the PAT. Rosas good with the extra point. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Back out is the AFC offense. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. On the crossing route, complete. It's Hill. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's the AFC with the football and the lead as we begin quarter number 4. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Myers' kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Touchdown! Tariq Cohen, 92 yards. And the NFC stretching that lead out even a bit further. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. The AFC offense making their way back out. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
To throw, it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now he'll let it go. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play for the NFC. 39 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
Hey, watch the slant.
A first down carry by Elliott. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes now on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there. And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
He's going to fire one deep. He's got it with the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
Rosas to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The NFC, they are your winners as we say so long from the Pro Bowl.